Boys, in front of you, you have A and B each. Tuck in.
Oh, hello.
Both dishes have been created equally, so the same weights, measurements, cooking times and temperatures when required. There is only one ingredient that has changed.
Barry, do you have any idea what that is?
I'm eating coleslaw out of a martini glass. Really savoury. It's got like ribbons of
Green.
green in it, yeah. It tastes really green. It's all like a cucumber, it's wet. Should we switch to B?
They've been carefully prepared by our food team to showcase the one ingredient we've changed.
I'm getting less green from that one.
I'm getting more red. That feels more tomatoey to me, whereas the first one feels more cucumbery.
Tomato!
Have we just got a salad in a martini glass?
What you have is a gorgeous little starter of salmon,
What?
tartar, some jelly, some cucumber, some wasabi, some dill. These are all ingredients involved, but what ingredient has changed?
I can't tell you what ingredient it is that's changed.
There is something in A that's packing more of a punch.
It's the soy sauce. So what you're eating is soy marinated salmon with a soy jelly and a little bit of cucumber, dill and wasabi. One of those martini glasses has been prepared with a more premium, and by that we mean more expensive, soy sauce. Which is it, A or B? You've both locked in an answer, and now you can both remove your blindfolds. I mean, you've made a real hash of them because they were beautiful
Barry.
when we started.
Barry,
Oh my
you
goodness.
messy pup.
Oh!
The jelly is darker, and therefore I would assume the soy is darker in A.
Okay, so turn your answers over.
1, 2, 3.
You both went for A. And I can reveal that in this round, the premium soy sauce was in fact A. Absolutely
Well done us.
correct.
Yeah, super tasters.
A, our premium option, is Sanchi Organic Tamari, whilst B is Aldi's light soy sauce. So let's go back to soy sauce in general. It is fermented soybean, and it's often soybean paste and roasted grain combined with yeasts that are fermented and then put into a salt solution like a brine. Tamari is a more refined version where it is just soybean and they're not mixing it with grain, which is cheaper. It is why tamari is often the gluten-free option and soy sauce rarely is gluten-free.
Interesting though, I found that B, like you said, it was more, but it felt balanced. It felt like I was getting more of the flavours from the salad than I was in A.
You're completely right. B, it was less harsh.
It reminds me a bit of balsamic vinegar in that I have a balsamic vinegar that I dip my bread into or finish a salad with. The premium version, I can see dipping my sushi into. I'd chuck this in my rice.
And I think that's a great shout. There are lots of applications of soy sauce, from marinades to seasonings in dishes as you cook, or through broths, or through stir fries. They are both similar, but they have gone through a different process. I think the question here is, without knowing its origins and its production methods, do you think they made a noticeable difference?
They definitely make a difference to a dish.
For me, it's the application.
Okay, what if I told you that that light soy sauce from Aldi worked out at £3.70 per litre? How much per litre for our premium Sanchi Tamari?
£21.
Holy, I was
Per
expecting
litre.
that. £8.
It is in fact £30 per litre, so it is 8 times the price.
When you think about the application for each of them, I don't have a problem with that price difference, because throwing a cheaper soy sauce into a dish that's going to be with a lot of other flavours balances everything out, fine. If you know you've got something special for dipping and you're only going to need a little bit of it at a time, you're going to use it in a particular place, then I think you'll want to spend the money on something that is more premium.
Interesting and challenging start to a video.
And yet you both got it right.
Yeah.
Let's see how you get on in round 2. Round 2.
Yes.
Dig in.
Oh dear, I'm nervous of the texture of this.
That was the test tongue. Always tongue it first, just so you know.
Oh, I'm getting barbecue. I've definitely got a bit of meat there.
I think it's pork.
Yeah, really, really tasty. Don't know what I'm eating.
Something in the sauce has changed. Oh, I got something completely different that time.
What do you mean?
I got sour cream.
There's a dollop on there, but it really is the underneath we're looking at.
Oh my goodness, I forget how hard this is.
A has a sweetness to the sauce that B doesn't.
It's still got a tang to it, like a barbecue sauce should do.
I'm gonna stick my neck out.
Go on, not very far.
Goulash.
Excellent shout. This is a Hungarian goulash, and one key ingredient has changed. It is the paprika.
Paprika, yeah.
You have locked in your answer. I don't know whether visuals would give you much more of a clue. Turn your boards round in 3, 2, 1. You both think A.
I think I'm only saying A because in B, it tastes of paprika. I can really jumping out. This was offering something additional to it.
With paprika, you either get sweet or you get smoky.
Yeah.
And I think with Hungarian goulash, you're looking for the sweet paprika. And because of that, A was sweeter, and therefore I felt like that was probably the premium paprika.
Yeah.
And in this instance, you are both spot on. A is the premium. So in this case, B is Sainsbury's smoked paprika, whereas A is Menol spiced Hungarian smoked paprika, but it is smoked sweet.
Get your nose in it, and they are worlds apart.
Yeah. There's a couple of things when it comes to spices. Number one is freshness. If you have that in your cupboard for 6 months, you won't be able to taste it as much as you can if you have it when it's brand new.
Yeah.
Having said that, buying a premium spice then takes that up another level.
Yep, you're spot on. And if we think about what paprika is, it's quite literally ground up capsicum, which originated in North America or central Mexico and was brought across in the 16th century. And the Spanish, in particular, a lot of the Mediterranean, absolutely loved it. And then in Hungary, it kind of found another home, and that is the Hungarian word paprika that we use. So we don't call it pimento, which is the Spanish word, and the Hungarian paprika is argued to be some of the best in the world now.
I always want to buy the premium stuff because I know how much difference it makes, but it's so much more expensive because I can't buy in bulk.
Even as a longer term investment, I think it might still pay off.
The Hungarian more premium option is made by just using the flesh of the capsicum, whereas most throw in the stalks and the stems and the seeds and all the pithy inside as well. You get the whole pepper, but by actually using just the flesh, you get that super red colour as well. It's also protected in a nice little cotton bag with what they call an aroma protecting bag with metal strips. Let's talk price.
Yes.
The Sainsbury's smoked paprika, we're going to do this per kilo, £17 per kilo.
So it's about £1.70 for that pot.
Give or take. How much for the Menol spiced Hungarian smoked sweet paprika?
£60.
£80.
The actual answer is smack bang in the middle. It is £70 or $69.99 per kilo.
So I win.
By a half a pence, yes.
Damn right.
That's not the game.
But you both picked the premium and you both got the point. So it is about 4 times more expensive.
That is something I would make at home. That is something I'd get in a restaurant and I go, why is that so good?
So far, you've both got both correct. Let's see if we get 3 for 3.
What the hell?
On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
Face and foliage.
Oh, excellent mouthful, Jay. You got a little bit of everything. You too, Baz. The foliage on top is a nice big mound of watercress. Under that, you've got a cream cheese or kind of ricotta filling. You've got beetroot under that and a pastry base. There's a little bit of Szechuan pepper in the candied beetroot. And you've also got, obviously, the pepperiness of watercress. We'll try B. There we go. You got the net. Very brave. Which bit's changed?
Oh.
Isn't it cream cheese we're talking about?
It is indeed the ricotta.
A lot of cream cheese. Oh, you creamed on me.
Oh no, I didn't mean to. B looks, good adjective here, splittier. Whereas A, it looks like it's all one.
Yeah.
Whereas B,
More homogenous.
Yeah, whereas B looks like it's got different elements to it. I'm not very confident.
I'm confident but less certain.
In 3, 2, 1, you've both scribbled B.
Look at us. We're such good friends.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
B looks more natural. Looks like it's less processed.
I can, however, reveal that the premium ricotta in this round is B. Spot on again.
Come on!
Turns out these premium ingredients do make a difference even with the blindfold on. Do you want to see them?
Yeah.
Have a little taste of the two ricottas on their own. A is a Cardo Italian ricotta, so certainly not the cheapest of the cheap. But compared to our premium, which is a rich ricotta heart made by Gioia. Well, that's got a lot of vowels in it. Gioia.
It's more. It reminds me a bit of burrata.
Yeah.
It's like it's what burrata's filled with. Almost.
Burrata, darling. Yeah, it's a very different texture, and also, it tastes of milk.
So ricotta is basically translates to cooked again or recooked.
Okay.
It is often the whey of mozzarella making. So the byproduct of making mozzarella gives you whey. That is then left out to slightly acidify, and then it is heated up so it denatures and becomes ricotta. So it's often made from the whey. However, our premium product, they skip that process of using the byproduct and go straight in with the quality milk. This, however, is made with milk that comes from native brown cows that graze in a semi-wild environment across the valley in Apulia.
The two things I do in all the time are bacon sarnies with chili jam and ricotta. They've been incredible.
Oh, Barry, that sounds great.
know. And the other is tiramisu.
And I think obviously ricotta can be aged and dried out, and it can become incredible in that sense. But typically in this form, as a fresh cheese, it has a relatively short shelf life. So it's one of those things that actually fresher is best, unless you're doing the very dried, aged variety. The Ocado Italian ricotta, £5 per kilo. A perfectly good product. Whip that into all sorts of things, whether it is sauces, salads like this whipped up, it goes in sweet or savoury. How much do you think for the Gioia rich ricotta hearts?
£30.
I'm trying to think of the posh cheeses I've bought in the past. 15.
Jay, you're much closer. In fact, you're spot on. £30 a kilo. It is 6 times more expensive.
It's a different ingredient, completely. Like, if I was buying ricotta to serve as ricotta, that makes all the sense. If I'm buying ricotta to bury it in tiramisu or in a sandwich or something like it's hidden, I don't think you need to spend that much money on it. But if you want it as the hero of the dish,
Yeah.
it makes all the sense.
Well, you've got another one right each. That's 3 points apiece. Round 4.
I was still close. I've won every price round so far.
Irrelevant, that's not the game.
It comes down to a tiebreaker. What are we going to use?
Same rules as always. You have A and B. This is definitely finger food. Dig in.
Oh.
Honestly, if you
Oh.
ate this with cutlery, people would be fuming. Oh, don't tickle the tip like that.
What is
What?
that?
What? Why is it so wet? Oh, it's a hot dog with the sauce and the bread, isn't it? You oh, that is good. You know what? Frankfurters get a hard rap sometimes, but that is delicious.
There's a lot of effort gone into this. It is a cheese-stuffed hot dog,
Oh.
wrapped in bacon,
Oh, spicy.
topped with kimchi and a mayonnaise in a soft pretzel bun.
The kimchi is the difference.
Correct.
The kimchi on B is definitely spicier.
Yes, a little bit.
A is more sour.
Yeah, it is. You're right.
I think I've got an answer.
I am the least certain on this one.
Okay, boards down.
God, that was
Oh, no wonder
journey.
we made a mess.
Flip, what you, how loaded they are.
Well, you've both scribbled an answer. Turn around your boards in 3, 2, 1.
Pow!
Pow! Same
We've done the same again.
Boring!
Similar things, which is great to see. That even without a blindfold, there are noticeable differences in taste alone. The question is, in this instance, have you picked the premium?
I was trying not to give too much away because when I tasted B, I was tasting kimchi, but it was so much more frequent than kimchi. There was spice and my nose was going bonkers.
Well, I can now reveal that the premium, more expensive kimchi is B.
Whoa!
4
Double
out
sweet.
of 4 correct. So here's what you've got. A is Jonga Korean kimchi. And B, our more expensive premium, is cultured collective classic kimchi. So both of these are naturally fermented, unpasteurized kimchi. B, our premium, that is, all the things you'd expect. Cabbage, mooli, which is a radish, spring onion, carrot, onion. It's got anchovy in it. And then chili, garlic, salt, ginger, and a little bit of sugar. Whereas A is something we picked up from an Asian supermarket, is an authentic Korean kimchi. And if you look at the front of the bag, it's quite literally almost the entire whole cabbage that's rubbed and seasoned
like a whole head.
and put in. Both are live and both have all that goodness of being a fermented item. A, the cheaper option, made in Korea. We bought it in an Asian supermarket. B is more of a brand that we're perhaps more familiar with, made in Switzerland.
So the strange thing is, it wasn't the quality of the cabbage that made that delicious. It was the additional flavours added to it.
Yeah.
So you wonder whether or not what spices or flavours we could add to our dish to get that a little bit closer.
Yes. It's thrown me because I'm a bit perplexed, because this is the traditional, authentic kimchi, and yet the more expensive one, which we're calling premium, is not a traditional, authentic kimchi.
Still loved and crafted with similar ingredients. It's a London-based company, but you're right, it's not the authentic traditional one.
I'm still nervous with kimchi in terms of I use it sparingly. I use it almost like a seasoning, like a little dollop on top of something, which I know isn't the traditional way of using it.
The cheaper option there, the Jonga kimchi from Korea, is £7 per kilo. How much do you think for the premium?
What do you reckon? Wouldn't take so on this one. £25.
£30.
It's £21.80. So it is 3 times more expensive.
I'm going to use a word called appropriation. This feels like it's taking something that is traditional and authentic and then putting our own spin on it and charging more money for it because we put a nice brand on it. And I know it happens.
But at the same time, it's made something I love more accessible to the way I use it as well.
It is also quality. The company, Cultured Collective, they do a number of fermented items. This is one of them. They know how to do quality ferments, but they are not necessarily traditional, authentic, like the A you've got in front of you. Boys, 4 out of 4.
But then 3-1.
Really impressed. And Jamie, you were a bit close on the prices, but hey,
Wasn't a game.
I think you both did very well.
Thank you, Uncle Everest.
Over to you guys. Do you use any of those 4 at home? And if so, which end of the scale do you tend to buy? Which one makes a difference?